this working? Is it 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 working? Hello! Well, here we are. It is May 31st. Today is May 31st. So, last time I checked in, I started an ED program, but now I am not doing the ED program anymore. We love consistency. That's a joke. Anyway, we are going to be starting an intensive outpatient program. It's a step below before you go inpatient. I meet with a team of therapists 3 to 4 times a week for a couple hours. I have a psychiatrist appointment once a week, and I potentially can have a peer support specialist. Starting the ED program I knew there were going to be challenges, but I didn't understand how ingrained my ED was in my DID, because I max restrict heavily, and I know Sarah restricts heavily, but August tends to binge eat. That makes a lot of sense, considering when we were little, we didn't have a lot of food, and the food we did eat was fast food. It's a whole bunch of just shit. Yeah, I didn't know how ingrained my ED was with my DID, and I really didn't know I had an ED until this year. I'm not sure what type of ED it is. I don't know. And people might see my thing is, well, I restrict, I don't overeat, and I don't eat, and a lot of my people in my life was like, yeah, you really don't eat, like not enough. But that was the problem. And then the therapist there at the ED program was like, I think once you guys get your restricting under control, probably August wouldn't like to binge eat anymore. So I was like, that makes a lot of sense, because we are depriving even the littles of food. You know what I mean? Like, and me starting Adderall has really curbed my appetite, but when I was on Trintellix and Adderall, that really fed into those behaviors, and I was throwing up and all that. I didn't know that throwing up from not eating because you're nauseous is still a form of purging. So we've been doing that all our lives, and I didn't know that was still purging. So yeah. And like, when we lived with our dad, so our parents separated when we were about 3 or 4 years old. Living with mom, all we ate was fast food, never really had a home cooked meal. Living with dad, we were on the go all the time because he had to play softball and wanted to play poker and all that, and then so we'd eat out all the time. Even to this day, his fridge is bare, and I remember that distinctly being in childhood, that his fridge was really bare, and it's still to this day still bare. I'm still recovering from being sick. The last video I made about the video game store, I was sick, and I have been sick since then. I really think it was just allergies that caused a fibro flare that made me hurt so bad and everything, but it's just ridiculous. And I see my doctor June 16th, so, and she from the get-go was like, do you want to do allergy shots? And I was like, I would like to avoid that, but nothing's helping. She put me on this asthma medicine that's supposed to help asthma and allergies, and it's not helping at all. None of the over-counter medicine helps at all. The Allegra is the closest thing to that comes to helping. But yeah, we're gonna try to start intensive services, and um, means letting go of our current therapist, which really scares me. But I have to get over our comfort zone and really, because we need the help. We've been at this level of care since we were 18, since we aged out of the last intensive in-home that we did. Um, we've been at this level of care, and we're just not getting the care we need right now. And we're in a safe environment now, so maybe that the intensive program will help. Because the last time we did intensive in home, I don't remember most of it, honestly. And it just didn't help, obviously, because I was living with my abuser. And I hope one day that I can really kind of tell my story about, like, living with my mom. But, I don't know. And I've had a lot of people tell me, like, people I've not, I mean, I've spoke to, obviously we're acquaintances and everything, but I've had so many people tell me that they appreciate me being so open about my mental health, and it's really made them seek out treatment for themselves, whatever that looks like. And every time I get those messages, it makes me realize that what I'm doing and advocating for is very important. Even though I don't have all the answers to my own trauma and stuff like that, and it's only going to get harder from here when I start actually working on stuff. What little I have knowledge of and like do share is enough of an impact to make people think that, you know, mental health is important and everything. I can feel Shay. Or really, it's funny. But it just makes me feel a lot better, and that what I have a kind of a purpose, which is to, you know, not only advocate for myself, but advocate for others who are like silently suffering. And that's what I've been doing. I've had so many people say that they've gotten help because of me and everything, and like in my area, like where I live and stuff, like friends and everything, and acquaintances that come out of the woodwork and everything. And it's really nice to hear that for the reason someone took their mental health seriously, because we've taken our mental health seriously. Even though it's easier to give up, it's so much easier to give up and stay sick, we know that's not what we need to do. Yeah, we're gonna try to start intensive treatment, which is very much needed. And we have to realize that maybe our therapist might not be there. That turnover rate at our therapists, or where we go to therapy, is really bad. So, she might not be there when we stepped out. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to give a quick update because we stopped that now. But again, if you want more short form content that's kind of more up to date than what I'd post on YouTube, follow me on Twitter. My Twitter, my Instagram, and a TikTok are all Mix Maxi. So mix_Maxi. All of that's the same, and I'll put it somewhere here, and it's also at the end of my videos as well. So yeah, I just wanted a little quick update since yeah. So remember, you are valid and you are worthy of love, and healing. And, I hope you keep on keeping on.